Welcome to the AI Research Roundup. I'm Alex. Today, we're looking at a paper trending on X, published on October 23, 2025, about 2 days ago. The hook is bold. This paper shows that spatial coherence in diffusion transformers is largely governed by positional encodings, then turns that insight into a 3D positional encoding field for single-image novel view synthesis and precise spatial editing. The paper is titled Positional Encoding Field, and as we'll see later, the results are really impressive. In short, the method adds depth-aware and hierarchical encodings, so the model reasons directly in 3D space and manipulates subpatch details without changing token content. The introduction set up the core claim that positional encodings drive spatial coherence. Figure 1 shows how warping positional encodings alone reorganizes content, which signals strong patch-level independence. The left panels depict a canonical two-dimensional grid and its warped version. The right panels illustrate outcomes. Decoding an image or generating from noise still yields coherent faces, but blocky seams align with the modified positions. This behavior suggests spatial layout follows the positional encodings, while token contents remain largely local. Okay, Figure 2 shows the direct token-based novel view synthesis pipeline. The left panel presents the input image, whose patches become tokens, with two-dimensional positional encodings. The middle panel depicts reconstruction and view transformation, which project tokens to new locations and reveal gaps where depth or coverage is missing. The right panel illustrates direct generation from the transformed positional encodings, so the model produces a plausible new view while still exhibiting patch-level seams and some depth ambiguities. So, Figure 2 established the token-based pipeline. Figure 3 presents hierarchical rotary positional encodings across the 24 attention heads, which assign different spatial resolutions so some heads keep patch-level context while others focus on subpatch detail. The left panel lists head groups by level, with level 0 for full patches and levels 1 and 2 refining to about 64 and 16 pixel cells. The right panel maps those levels onto a patch grid, clarifying which subcells each head attends to. So, Figure 3 set up the hierarchical encodings. Figure 5 presents qualitative novel view synthesis for a 30 degrees right rotation, comparing 6 methods side by side. The leftmost column shows the source view, and the second column shows our result, which preserves identity and geometry while matching the target pose. Competing columns exhibit clear issues, such as white streaks, depth warps, and oversmoothed faces, which betray weaker spatial control because depth and subpatch detail are not consistently handled. Well, the previous figures showcased results, while Figure 4 explains the end-to-end pipeline that makes them possible. The left panel shows Gaussian noise arranged on a two-dimensional grid with depth set to 0. The bottom left panel provides the conditional source view that is reconstructed and reprojected, which warps positional encodings to new locations. The center block represents the transformer that iterates several steps, discarding out-of-bounds tokens and replenishing empty cells with noise. The right image is the target view, which preserves geometry because depth-aware and hierarchical encodings guide the refinement. Alright. The previous figure laid out the pipeline. Table 1 reports quantitative novel view synthesis across tanks and temples, RE10K, and DL3DV using PSNR, SSIM, and LPI pages S. The method leads on all datasets, reaching about 22.1 PSNR, 0.73 SSIM, and 0.17 LPIPS on tanks and temples. The ablations indicate both depth-aware and multi-level encodings matter, because removing either hurts alignment and fidelity. The final row highlights the best overall scores, especially a low LPIPS near 0.15 on DL3DV. So 2 takeaways stand out. Positional encodings largely dictate spatial coherence in diffusion transformers, and extending them into a depth-aware, multi-level 3D field unlocks state-of-the-art single-image novel view synthesis plus precise spatial editing. The broader implication is controllable, geometry-aware generation via positional encodings as steering signals. That is it for this episode of the AI Research Roundup. I am Alex. Thanks for listening.